up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, and we are full throttle on a Thursday once again. We did it last week. We had so much fun. We decided to go with a full house again. I'm Timmy Hall. It was fun being on with the Common Man for the last 2 hours. It was actually 3 hours. It was so much fun. I thought I'd do another 2 hours of radio, so here we go. Ryan Baker is back there. It's good to see you, buddy, running things. And who do we have tonight? Well, as always on a Thursday, our good buddy Tyvis pal. Tyvis, it's good to see you, my man. How are you?
I am fantastic, Tim. I'm getting my mind right because I got to go to Ann Arbor tomorrow for the Big Ten tailgate show. So
I get it.
I got to get my mind right.
You will be hated.
They're not gonna know me. They're not gonna know me.
They know the guy who intercepted
They
that
should
ball.
know. They should know. Yeah. That guy right over there, he's always with me on Wednesdays,
Yes,
a
sir.
fine wide receiver himself. DeVier, Posey, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, guys? What's up, Columbus? How you guys doing?
We're good. You know, we're just trying to figure out how to spend a bye week, right? You get that garage finished?
I got plans. It's a process, Tim. To get Tim
Why don't you
had
just
this
finish?
thing.
That should be the plan. Get it
Tyvis,
done.
look, Tim put this idea in my head. He said, "Get everything off the floor. The
Off the
only thing
floor.
that touches the floor are the 4 tires of the car."
That's right.
And that's hard.
Or some shelves. Or some shelves.
Well, you got to plan it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How long you been playing it?
Well,
While.
I thought I wanted to
6
go
months.
with the epoxy floors.
6 months.
Oh, wait, this is like 3 months. I thought I wanted to do epoxy floors, Tim, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the sport court floors, and I'm going to
I
pick
see.
the-
Yeah. Like the connecting, like the kind of
Connecting.
rubber
It's a lot cheaper.
acrylic floors.
It's a lot cheaper, and it can last, right? And I can do the different color mixes.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I'm
hate
playing.
that.
So you got
I don't
the
hate that, DeVier.
okay. So
I don't hate that at all.
you
It's
got
nice.
the plan.
Yeah.
When is
Yeah.
it going in action?
Well, we bought a power washer this week. I bought a paint sprayer thing.
Okay, so you moving forward.
Yeah, we're getting there.
All right, let me introduce our other guest, okay? Let's not go too deep into the show. And over here, we have our 10 TV sports anchor and reporter, Nicole Shearin. Nicole, it's good to see you again this week.
Thank you. I'm surprised you allowed me back in here.
Come on.
After the Dom fiasco, I mean.
Stop. Don't be fishing,
What
okay?
did Dom get you? What was that?
Dom
No,
got you in trouble?
Dom got me. No, he didn't get me in trouble. He got
Okay.
me a delicious cinnamon roll
Okay.
from the shoe.
I think
Chef.
that cinnamon roll was done on a Blackstone or a flat top
Oh,
grill.
was it?
Because wasn't it like a smashed cinnamon
Yes, it
roll?
was.
That's right.
It was cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
I will say it was pretty good. But
Why
I
you
didn't get
don't
one
get-
for anyone else.
That's what I
so
wanna
it's
know.
Kinda, I felt targeted a little bit, you know.
Targeting.
You
Dom
think
Taberry.
you know a guy?
You got to do a story at the Ohio State golf course when they go over there for pregame meal. And you got to get the pecan roll. It's
Oh,
special.
shoot.
You got to get it. It's special. But you have like different access than everybody else has, right? Like you can
Yeah.
catch.
Was you a captain?
She just said,
Huh?
yeah.
Was you a
Yeah,
captain?
sure. Yeah.
No.
It's for
Because when they
research.
do
Yeah,
captains,
exactly.
right? I was like, you could
Exactly.
go.
As long as I can
pecan
taste
rolls?
test it.
I ain't never had it.
Is
I
it
never got
pecan or pecan? That's the real question.
It's like
don't know,
Myers.
you've
It's
been-
Myers with an S.
Nicole, you've been to Georgia and you've been to California,
Yeah.
so you've I think you've experienced all types of ways to say it.
Pecan.
I have. Well, my
Pecan,
parents are both from the
right?
South,
Yeah.
so I say pecan, but that's
Pecan.
like you
Pecan
know,
pennies, right?
Yeah,
a
pecans.
lot of people say pecan.
I'll
So
say-
I
Do
don't
you say
know.
Meyer or Myers?
Myers?
Do you put an S at the end of everything?
Kroger's?
Yeah. No.
Kroger?
Kroger.
Yeah.
Kroger's.
It's
Kroger's.
I'm heading to Kroger's.
It's Kroger.
It's Kroger, singular.
S.
Kroger's is Midwest.
Tyler, what are you saying, Tyler? You saying Kroger's, right? Tim gets on me about this. I just want to know what people
I
say.
didn't even
Now
know that was
listen,
a thing.
going
It
to
is a
Kroger's.
thing. Listen,
Dang, I do say what
You
it
say,
is.
y'all are weird.
It says S.
just so everybody.
So do you
just-
say I'm going to Target's?
No, it's
Target.
Target.
it's really only those two.
It's just
Okay.
those two.
Yeah, it's really. What about Giant? I think Giant Eagles has an S too.
Wait,
Giant Eagles does have an S.
Myers don't have an
Obviously,
S
it
on
Wait,
it?
doesn't
I
have an
thought
S,
Myers
but
had an
people
S
put an
on it.
S on it.
I thought Myers had an S on it.
No,
Meyer.
it doesn't. It's just Meyer.
So you say Myers.
Okay, so I say
Myers.
Myers, but I don't say Kroger's. I say Kroger.
You do say Myers.
I say Myers, though.
What is wrong with all
I
of
do.
us? What is wrong? I want to make it perfectly clear. The only reason I have started putting the S on it is for fun. All right? It's just for funsies.
Myers.
Because Bodie always corrects me if I don't put the S on it to be Midwest. But let's talk about what the Buckeyes are going to try to accomplish in the bye week here. I mean, we've been talking a little bit about what we've got going on with the bye week. DeVier, of course, is going to be fixing up the garage. Nicole, what are you going to be focusing on during the bye week? It's an early one here for Ohio State.
It's an early one, and y'all, I don't like bye weeks.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's too early for it. It feels weird.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I'm like, what am I supposed to do with myself? I mean, I'm working, obviously. I'm anchoring over the weekend, whether we got games or not.
You got high school football to
Yeah,
cover.
we've got high school football. We've got Browns Bengals. Like, we've got some stuff out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Ryan Day said, it's not a bye week. It's a, what did he say?
It's an improvement.
Improvement week.
We can all improve ourselves.
I'm going to improve myself this week.
Right.
You know?
I'm going to try, but I'm going to fail.
Not hanging out with this crew, you're not.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah. You'd be going the opposite direction. DeVier, what about you? Other than the garage, when you take a look at what Ohio State's done in the first 2 weeks, how would you kind of assess that? I mean, we're not even at a quarter poll here. We're like, what, 15% through the season?
I actually like what I saw. I have no complaints, honestly. I really like to see Chip's offense. It's impressive to me. I think it's sharp. Like, it's not too many. It's not too complicated with motions, but the way that they window dress, the way that they use personnel, I think it allows the guys to play fast, right? And I think he's just into, like, install 1 or 2. Like, he hasn't even gone to install 8 yet. So he's operating on the first 15, just absolutely killing teams. So I like that. I'm excited that Cody Simon and Donovan Jackson, those guys can get healthy during this time.
Yeah.
Get all those nicks and bruises, get those patched up. And I just hope this defense keeps this violent tear that they've been on. I love the 15-yard penalty. I'm all about making the game safer. Trust me, guys. I've had some concussions from safeties like Tyvis.
You just want to see the energy.
But I like the violence.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, that's DeVier Posey. You guys know Tyvis Powell, as always, here. You kind of grunted when he said defense.
Listen, the defense.
Oh, you're
the
like Tim Allen.
To me, I know that we've been waiting to see this offense, just be great. But to me, we challenged the defense in week 1 to get the goose egg. It was like, we need to get a goose egg under Jim Knowles. And obviously, Akron got 6 points. So to see them respond last week and get the goose egg on a Western Michigan team that was about to beat Wisconsin. Yeah. Like, that was impressive to me. And it was to the point where it was like they had no answer. Like, Coach Meyer used to always say, you got to make these dudes go no mas, tap out. Like, I'm out. I can't do nothing. And it literally looked like that. Like, they couldn't pass. They couldn't run. It was like, I don't know what to call because there's anything we call, this defense is all over. So, to me.
A lot of seatbelts out there, Tyvis.
The only thing I hated was Denzel getting thrown out the game.
Pictures.
That was baloney to me. I didn't think that was a targeting call. But outside of that, and as far as the offense goes, I think you hit it on the head. I mean, I wanted to see the run game. That was the one thing that I thought was missing for the past 2 or 3 years.
It was there.
Man, that's all
more.
they did.
Yeah.
Everybody scored. James Peoples scored in both games. He's the third-string running back. So I'm impressed with that running game and that offensive line.
Yep. We got Nicole Shearin from 10 TV here as well. And, we were talking about, last week you wanted to see the run game fly, and they did that. So that was a big check mark. You've been around the team a little bit. I know that they were brimming with confidence after this one. I don't think anybody wanted to have this bye week hit right now. You love having 2, but you wanted to play after that performance.
Yeah,
and they have to figure out a way to stay sharp.
They're on such a high, right? And they want to keep riding that high like y'all just talked about. They get the shutout for the first time in a long time. They play lights out defense, offense looking killer. But I think there's a part of the bye weekend being here that is kind of a good, I don't know if you want to call it a test, but it's a good way of like, all right, y'all performed, week 1 is week 1. Week 2, they looked way better than week 1, in my opinion. Y'all performed to an elite level. Now it's testing like, okay, you got a little bit of break. Are you guys going to keep it up against Marshall, or are we going to see a couple steps back? Like, what is that going to kind of do? And I will say something, Tyvis, that you brought up is I loved seeing the defense so lights out against a team like a Western Michigan. and I'm not knocking Western Michigan. They almost beat Wisconsin. But it's great to see the defense playing like that against a team that's not at the same caliber level. You know, like because y'all both know. I mean, there are times where you kind of just fall into playing like your opponent.
Play down to your level.
Yeah, but they didn't do that. And that is so good to see so early on because, you know, the toughest part of the schedule is yet to come. And that's a whole other part of something else that I want to touch on is like, I'm still waiting to see it against, you know, a tougher competition.
Again to the Big Ten.
Yeah, but we'll get there when we get there. But I loved seeing that, you know, we don't care who's across from us. We're going to play us the whole time.
Don't you have a TV hit?
I kind of do.
Right?
I'll be back, though.
Yeah, this is
doing my actual job. But, you know.
This is how professional she is.
If I were to miss my hit, I would blame you.
She's got the mic pack. She's got the mic pack on. So you can just go into the other room,
I'll
do
be
the
back.
hit. She'll be back for the third segment.
He did. He goes, is that a knee brace? I'm like, no. Somebody else called it a Fitbit.
Well, no, you look like Lara Croft is what that looks like. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but she's got like the mic pack strapped to the leg down there. So Nicole Shearin, 10 TV, she'll go, she'll come back. DeVier and Tyvis, obviously you guys are staying. We just gave you some of the things that we liked in the first couple weeks. We're going to discuss some of the things that we're still a little bit iffy on. We'll go around the table with that next. It's the Buckeye Show, full throttle on the Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say.
Oh my, Bob.
Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I'm proud to play for The Ohio State University. I remember earning my first Buckeye sticker on my helmet. It gave me pride, it gave me energy, and gave me another reason to win. To be a Buckeye football player like me, Emeka Ibuka, is to know I am part of a legacy. Weber Grills is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, and as a 72-year-old brand, they know a thing or two about legacies. To celebrate these shared legacies, Weber launched an officially licensed limited edition Ohio State Premium Kettle Grill, inspired by our iconic helmets. Get yours at a local Ohio retailers.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Soy has been keeping secrets, and it's ready to share. Soybeans are among the most versatile agricultural products. They are used in creative ways you may have never realized to make products we all love and use every day. Ohio is leading the way, developing new uses for soybeans to support our changing world. Soy low-key slays, and I'm here for it. Learn more about soybeans at soysecrets.org. This ad brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
In his ads, Sherrod Brown talks about common sense.
It's just common sense.
But Brown's record shows a complete lack of common sense. Sherrod Brown voted multiple times to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports.
Common sense.
And Brown introduced a bill to allow transgender biological men in girls' locker rooms.
Common sense.
Brown supported allowing minor children to receive sex change surgeries. And Brown backed Bidenomics, reckless Washington spending and inflation causing prices to soar on gas, groceries, electricity, and housing, making life harder for Ohio families and seniors.
It's just common sense.
Actually, it's nonsense. Brown's extreme liberal policies make absolutely no sense outside of Washington, D.C. But that's the real Sherrod Brown. He's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Breezy blue skies and hot on this Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 80s. Overnight down to the low 60s. Mainly cloudy skies and light winds. And during the day on Friday, partly sunny, hot again with temperatures in the upper 80s, but dry for 1st and 10th Friday night. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
All Buckeyes all the time. You're welcome. This is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, DeVier Posey, two incredible Buckeye football players that work with us here on The Fan are with us. And my man Ryan Baker back there running things tonight. Huge Cincinnati Reds fan. He's excited about things. He decked out shirt and the hat.
They lost today.
I know. It's been rough.
I was in here while they were playing, Tyvis, and I was supporting my team at the moment, but it's football season.
Are they going to make the playoffs? They're gonna make the wild card?
No, they're not. No.
They're not going to make the wild card?
No.
Tyvis, you already know.
No, I really don't.
The Guardians are tied for the best record in the American League.
Are they? How many games out of the wild card?
A lot.
Wow, really?
Plenty.
Dang, it went downhill the last time when we was doing the Browns. They was like on the way up.
It happened fast.
I see.
It happened fast.
Like 2 weeks.
Do you know who's going to be on the show with me this time tomorrow? Right now, tomorrow. You know who I'll be talking to?
Ross Bjork?
Jim Tressel?
It's a good guess.
I don't know.
Bigger.
Archie Griffin.
That's it.
Oh, I got it right.
I love how I say bigger. What could be bigger than Tress, right?
I went for the biggest. Or next thing I was going to say is Jack Nicklaus.
I always wanted to talk to Jim Tressel and replay my famous question about Beanie Wells.
Yeah. And you want him to know that he didn't know who you were.
Did you know? Had you heard this one? Had you heard this, DeVier?
Your first interview?
Yeah,
he didn't know who you were, right?
No. He of course did not know who I was. This was when I was nervous and bumbling and stumbling all over myself. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina. Columbus wasn't a glint in my eye, and I'm asking a question, trying to form a question about Beanie. Yeah. Because in my head, it's, Ohio State. You guys have Archie Griffin as the only 2-time Heisman winner in college football history.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a point about that and how Beanie could keep Tim Tebow from winning a second one. And this is how idiotic and stupid the question sounded. A lot of talk has been maybe it would be kind of interesting how Beanie Wells might be a kid that comes and prevents that from happening, as in keeping it as Archie Griffin, still the only Ohio State guy to ever done that. What's your thoughts on Wells and the type of season that he's going to have this year?
Well, Beanie Wells is an outstanding player. He's going into his junior season, yet he's only 19 years old, but he's nearly 6'3", 240 pounds.
You know what? Bravo to Tress. What a professional. What a guy Jim Tressel is to actually answer a question from some idiot like that. Well, Beanie Wells is a fine American.
You was moving too fast. Your mind was racing too fast.
I was in the spotlight. This was on Morning Drive. I wasn't ready, as you could tell.
You got to calm down.
He did a spot for you guys?
I know. He just came on as a guest. Okay. He had put out the winner's manual for the game of Life. He was doing radio stations all across the country, pumping the book.
I have the playbook version of the winner's manual.
You get the Cliff Notes?
No. He gave us our playbook, like in the binder, and then he gave us the winner's manual in a playbook.
You read it?
Oh, for real?
We had to read a quote every morning. I wish
that's good.
I really wish that I could have played for Tress.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed it. I'm glad he gave me the scholarship. And I'm glad Urban was here too, but I really do feel like I missed out on something with Tress.
Another thing.
It made you a better guy, Tyvis.
Another thing I wanted to let everybody know.
I'm a thug.
Stop. I wanted to let everybody know, everyone listening and all of the fine folks that are now watching on YouTube and engaging in the YouTube chat, all of our shows are there right now, so we welcome you. I have lots of stuff to give away. So be paying attention for the entire show. You got to listen all the way and watch to 8 o'clock because I have no idea. I've got like 6 pairs of tickets to give out. I've got 4 pairs of tickets to the Smokin' Hot Wing and Music Fest that I will be at Saturday, September 14th. The event goes all day from 12 to 9 at American Nitrile down in Grove City. I did this last year. I'll be back because it was so much fun. I'll be judging the wing smoking competition, but you guys can just come. I mean, it's just a wing fest. You can eat a lot of wings. Yeah, it's all day long. I'll have 4 pairs of tickets for that tonight, and then I'll actually have 2 pairs of tickets for the Buckeye football game against Marshall when we're back from this bye week.
Look at you. You're a giving guy.
We got stuff. So be paying attention tonight, everybody.
Nice.
Now, boys, we got to come up with some areas. It's improvement week, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's improvement week. So we got to find ways that we can improve. Let's start with Tyvis Powell.
I mean, we really being extremely picky here.
Well, let's nitpick. Let's do it.
I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. Obviously, Jeremiah is the one that's eating a lot. I like to see more of the receivers, get some more work. G. Scott, what's up with that? I think he's going to be an important factor when they get more into the Big Ten play. I think he's going to serve as an X factor on this team, so I like to see him making more plays. Defensively, just continue to get takeaways. I mean, that was the one thing last year that we kept saying that they didn't get a lot of that in sacks. I don't think they got a takeaway last game, but I know they had 2 in the first game with 2 touchdowns. So, continue to keep building to getting those takeaways and continue to getting those sacks. Sack numbers is going up, but the takeaways, without having a dominant performance like that, blanking your opponent, but not getting a takeaway is kind of like the one thing that I could pick.
He hit on tight ends, DeVier. I mean, you being a pass catcher, I know, and you playing with some good tight ends. You remember Jake Ballard and the game-changing play he made in the Rose Bowl that you were in. Just what weapons they can be. And we know we've got some talented guys. Yeah. And, you even saw Bennett Christian, show his wheels.
He did.
And get the 55-yard touchdown. But Jelani Thurman had a chance to make a play. You got both hands on the football that you want to come down with. Will Kazmarek has been out there. But like Tyvis also said, this has to feel rough for G. Scott Jr. because of the opportunity that has been there for him being around for such a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe which tight end is going to, grab the bull by the horns for this club?
I mean, you never know. I mean, it's one football, right? And I think for me, I don't know if the area of improvement goes to like spreading the ball to different, pass catchers.
Right.
I think more about how much window dressing, how deep can we get with concepts? Like how creative can we be as an offense? Like, do we have a part of our offense that we haven't explored yet? Or have we shown things on film to where we can have 3 or 4 opposite looks showing the same formation? I mean, the pass that Jeremiah had that he exploded on, he had that pass earlier. And it was an RPO option, right? And he was able to, hitch, and he caught it, and he got tackled the first time, and then the second time he was able to break free. And so, like, can we build on this concept? Can we take it to another level as we're preparing for these teams? And I think it's just that's the great thing about offense. People are watching you. People are figuring out
tendencies.
Yeah, and so, like, I watched this interview.
And that's the chip factor, right, is what you're talking about. New things with this offense is the Chip Kelly factor.
So I'm watching an interview with Thomas Hammock, and he's explaining how after the game he went to Marcus Freeman and said, hey, like, do you want me to show you what we saw? Right? Like what we exposed Notre Dame on. This is Northern Illinois' coach. And I just thought that's pretty cool that a coach would say, hey, this is what we explored and this is what we exploited.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, that means that they actually. I mean, because he done won the game already, so he's like, "Let me help you get better."
Right.
You know what? The crazy thing is that happened when we played Minnesota in 2015. One of their coaches told me after the game. I don't remember what Mike Thomas had in that game receiving.
Yeah.
But after the game, he was like, "Hey, when you see Mike Thomas, tell him we know every time that it's a pass play because he messed with his gloves every time it's a pass play."
So I think can we improve on those things right now? Can we show different things? And that's a big area of improvement too that, I think we can take.
Scouting. I like it. Some of that scouting. DeVier Posey is with us here tonight. We got the Buckeye Show Full Throttle Roundtable. Tyvis Powell's always with me on a Thursday. And Nicole Shearin from 10 TV just popped back in from the hit. So don't worry. We'll get to talk coming up here. Yeah, she's back. There she is. We're back. We're back, but now we're on break. And then we'll be back right after this, right? Time to all gather around, and we're going to listen to the head coach. He had his radio show today that you always catch on the Fan, heading into the bye weekend, of course. Let's not turn a blind eye to something very important that goes on during this time. I'll tell you what that is next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
It's time that we face the facts when it comes to organ, eye, and tissue donation. It exists to save and heal lives. It's a way to look out for one another, to continue a legacy and give the gift of a fuller future, the gift of life.
But what about the barriers around organ donation?
Cost, age, religion, race, or health status are not factors that can get in the way. All it really takes is one epic yes. Register today to become an organ, eye, and tissue donor at donatelifeohio.org.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where you'll save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees. One Performance, 2 locations, Georgesville and Delaware.
Cannot combine offers not valid on previous sales. Offer expires 9/30/24.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, Biatch.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove. Not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye playoff game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Where every segment is another Buckeye surprise. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Yes, you do. And we are full throttle here on a Thursday, second straight week. It was so much fun, we decided to do it again. And, you know, I just learned something new about our friend Nicole Shearin from 10 TV that we're going to have to dive into. DeVier Posey is here as well. Tyvis Powell is here. My man Ryan Baker is there. Ryan, let's give the fine folks something, because Nicole does not like bone-in wings, but I know all you guys out there, you love them, and you should. So 2 pairs of tickets going out right now. Let's do caller 7 and caller 9. Kind of like a reverse 97 right there. So tickets going out to the Smokin' Hot Wing and Music Fest Saturday, September 14th. Winner gets 2 tickets to the festival plus 25 wings per person, an $80 value. And wings they're bone in, most of these.
Did you give them a number?
Did I give a number?
614-821-9710.
Well, thank you, Tyvis.
Wow,
No, I don't have
did you
to.
memorize that?
This is. I've been here for 3 years. I think I know it.
Yeah, you know it by now. You'd hope, right?
Thank you so much. That was impressive. So Nicole was just telling us how she does not like bone-in wings.
Correct.
She's not really eating ribs.
That's a shame.
Hold on.
Anything that's going to make...
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Am I wrong?
She said if it was messy,
partly.
she didn't
If it's
really
messy, you're not eating it.
Let me back myself up here real quick, okay? I like chicken, but I want the boneless wings because I don't like it getting all up in my face and my hands and like, what if... It's messy.
So like Popeyes, KFC, a bucket.
Popeyes is fire.
A bucket of chicken. Yeah. You not eating it.
No, I'm eating a drumstick, but I'm not eating
not
like.
She just doesn't want like the.
DeVier understands me.
Yeah,
I feel like
my middle son is like that. He's like, my hands are sticky.
Yes, and you
like
feel
he doesn't like sticky hands, and it's like
he's a child though.
No, but that's how I feel. I feel like a child, where I'm like, what do I do?
He's like
you clean yourself
like sticky hands.
Okay,
he doesn't like sticky
so
hands.
let me get this right. So if it's saucy.
I like the sauce, but boneless, where I can just pop it in my mouth.
Okay.
With a fork.
I got you.
And ribs, I will eat with a fork and a knife.
Yep.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It is. Hang out with me and you'll know it's a thing.
I like it the old-fashioned way.
If you have good barbecue, you can eat it with a plastic fork.
See, because it falls right off the bone.
That's what I'm talking about. I know.
You know.
Asked us, dear. We like barbecue.
You don't
Tyvis, what about you? You're like me, right? You're attacking.
I eat it, yeah.
We're in attack mode.
The only food that I won't eat is oysters. Like I
ugh.
Yeah.
I love
I'm talking about like with our hands.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken thigh, chicken wings.
I feel like some of the best food is finger food. So use your hands.
Yeah, I love oysters.
And you know what?
You are disgusting.
Yeah, those are slimy.
Who, me?
Do you eat them like plain or do you have the
fried?
What is it? The Worcestershire? I can't say that.
Just say Worcestershire sauce.
It depends. It depends on if they're Atlantic or Pacific. So I eat.
You bougie.
You bougie with the oysters.
I eat Pacific Ocean oysters.
Is it really that big of a difference in the taste?
It absolutely is.
No, you're lying.
It's slimy, briny. Like it's a real thing, Tim. Like Atlantic oysters, I kind of need some lemon and a mignonette.
What's a mignonette?
It's like an onion vinaigrette.
Like the topping with the cracker.
Yeah. You guys will grow up one day.
No, we ain't growing up.
I like a fried oyster.
I I've had fried oysters.
Yeah, those
I'm not
are
eating
good.
that.
DeVier's got some interesting things with his seafood.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I know that.
Yeah.
But let's go back to college football here. And let's listen to our head football coach, Ryan Day. Had his radio show, which you can catch most Thursdays at noon right here on The Fan. And he was explaining a little bit that this is not the normal bye week.
But this is not one where, guys are going home or, flying across the country for every. I mean, it's not what that is. We can maybe catch our breath a little bit more when we get to, after the Oregon game as you look at the season because, we're not used to having 2 bye weeks anyways. Everybody in the country is getting better because they're playing a game on Saturday. So we were off this week, but we're not going to take a deep breath. We're going to keep working to get better. And the good thing is, we have a bunch of guys on the field that are getting each other better. And I say that all the time that, if you can go, block JT or, you can cover, Jeremiah or get open against IGB or Denzel or, these guys, then you're getting better because you're going against really good guys in practice if we take that approach.
Well, the other thing, too, is I like how he said that it is so early that they're not looking at this and they're not sending guys back home. We're not going back to L.A. or going back to Texas or Florida. We're here.
Yeah.
Work's your favorite. Make work your new favorite.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're doing. This is improvement week. We're not going home and visiting the fam.
Well, I mean, I think they should take that approach anyways. I mean, it's just so much riding on this season that you got to be locked in. And that's the thing. Kind of sacrifice for 3-4 months and it could change my life. So, yeah, I'm going to be dedicated to it for sure.
That is Tyvis Powell and DeVier Posey, who's here. The other thing I was going to mention that is really important when they have this bye week is that means coaches can all get released and they got to work a little harder. They might have to go out on the road because recruiting is something that takes center stage once again. I did see from the boys of 11 Warriors, Ohio State threw out a couple of offers here recently. Offensive lineman Breck Colajay and Maxwell Hiller. Also a 2026 linebacker by the name of Anthony Davis. We got like a top 12. That's not like earth-shattering news. Great. Ohio State's in somebody's top 12. Probably in 400 recruits top 12, right? Yeah. But you got to go out there and recruit. It's something that, assistants got to say goodbye to their families a little bit, go out there, do the work, and then come back before it's game week here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this might be a silly question, but they're not going anywhere. They're in school, right? Like we have classes, we have tutors.
Talking about the players?
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't be able to leave until Friday after class.
Anyway, right?
It would just be a weekend. And I think they practice today. I think they're getting tomorrow and Saturday off practice, but then they're probably right back to it.
Me and Tito were looking at records after bye weeks. And they haven't really been good. I mean, there's always been slow starts. And so if you can keep the guys in routine, if you can keep them doing what they're doing on a normal Thursday before the game, let's continue to do that because we got about 10 more of these, right? And I don't really want you guys to miss a beat. And also with the longest season in college football history, it's going to take a lot of focus from a lot of guys who I'm pretty sure, going to Michigan, things like that. And you don't really know how we'll be seeded. Obviously, you hope we get a bye, but it's one of those things, Tyvis, you know how the NFL is. It's like you kind of break the season down into quarters, like month of September, quarter 1, October. And so with this team, we have to take that approach. We have to stay locked in throughout this whole time. You have to look at each 4 weeks as an important week, bye week or not. So I love this approach, keeping the guys here and keeping them in routine.
Let's listen to one more from Coach Ryan Day. He talked about how it's an important thing for Will. This is an important thing for Will in that Western Michigan game was confidence.
Yeah, confidence is important for all of us. There's just a certain level of confidence that we all need to have. And it was good to see him get into a rhythm early on and play with confidence. And we're all growing, we're all building. We all know that this is just the beginning. We got, 10% of our season, well, that's it, and so when you're looking at a foundation, I mean, that's just like the bottom floor. We got a long way to go, but it is good to see guys get confidence, and it was good to see Will get into a fast start there. I think he was 10 for 10, which builds your confidence going into games, and that's important for everybody.
And Nicole, I'm thinking that a lot of these players are going to build off of that and keep that performance at the front of their mind so they can carry that into the game against Marshall.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Saturday against Western Michigan was just good vibe after good vibe after good vibe after good vibe. I mean, everybody was doing their job. If there was a game that you would say, this is how I want Ohio State to play, right now, that's what I would point to. I mean, Will looked great, 10 for 10. Week 1, he was shaky at first, but like we said, that's expected. I mean, your first time playing in the shoe, You're trying to establish yourself in the QB1 spot. Like, I get that's expected, but Jeremiah looked great. I mean, I just loved it. I could go on and on about it. I mean, I think it's one of those things.
Good.
Yeah, there was a lot of good. And yeah, of
everything
course,
was good.
I'm not going to sit here and say that this team is perfect because they're not. Like, there are aspects that I need to see more, and I need to see them tested. I really do. Like, I really do need to see them tested. And there's a part of me that's hesitant to go full bore, like, yeah, this is it, because I need to see them tested.
We got to see him get punched.
Yeah. You know what? I was sitting there thinking, I want to see Will in a situation where it's a close game and he's got to move the chains, can he? That's what I want to see. And he hasn't been tested like that yet. And that's no knock on him. It's just the opponents.
And to Oregon's credit, although people can say they haven't looked good, they've checked that off already.
Yeah.
They've hit that tested mark, and they kind of know where they are. They know they can win tough games, even though it's not a good. Like, you can say that Boise State, or you can say that, I can't remember the team they beat the first week, but you can say,
was it Idaho? Did they play both Idaho teams?
But executing in intense situations, going into the season, for me as a player, I always felt like I wasn't in the season until I had that opportunity.
Absolutely.
No matter who we played, right? So,
absolutely. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
And I think Boise State is a pretty good team. But you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you got to hit the last second field goal just to win. That's DeVier Posey. You just heard Nicole Shearin from 10 TV. And our man Tyvis Pal is here like he is every Thursday. Hey, we love bold predictions, but did you guys see the really, really bold prediction made about one of our Buckeyes? That's next. It's the Buckeye Show, full throttle on a Thursday on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say. Oh my, Bob. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye playoff game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
I'm proud to play for The Ohio State University. I remember earning my first Buckeye sticker on my helmet. It gave me pride, it gave me energy, and gave me another reason to win. To be a Buckeye football player like me, Emeka Ibuka, is to know I am part of a legacy. Weber Grills is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, and as a 72-year-old brand, they know a thing or two about legacies. To celebrate these shared legacies, Weber launched an officially licensed limited edition Ohio State Premium Kettle Grill, inspired by our iconic helmets. Get yours at a local Ohio retailers.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where you'll save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees. One Performance, 2 locations, Georgesville and Delaware.
Cannot combine offers, not valid on previous sales. Offer expires 9/30/24.
Dormar, your climate hero.
Dort, what's that guy yelling about in my noisemaker?
Dormar, your climate hero.
Your climate hero, you fossil?
What's a climate hero?
That's That's Dormar, our same-day heating and AC company we've used for 60 years.
Who?
Dormar! Dormar! You're kind of hero!
Come on, Dad. You laugh every time you hear their tidy-whitey commercials.
Yep, those are funnier.
Dormar! Dormar! You're kind of hero!
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a flip. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex
Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you'd like us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're going to love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Where Timmy Hall can start swooning over Aaron Kraft any second. It's the Buckeye Show.
Full Throttle Thursday. We are in the bye week, but we're still breaking down how the Buckeyes have looked through the first 2 weeks, and they've been pretty awesome, especially in week 2 against Western Michigan. I'm Timmy Hall. We got our man Ryan Baker back there running things, keeping things in order, and this is not an easy ship to steer tonight. We know that. We got Nicole Shearin from 10 TV, our sports anchor and reporter. DeVier Posey is over there. Tyvis Powell is right here. For those of you that are, getting to the driveway, be sure to, if you're listening on the radio, when you get into the house, flip it over, put the big screen on. Just all the TVs have apps now. Common Man and I were talking on the show today about how dang cheap all these new TVs are. Why are they so cheap? You get a 75-inch TV.
Yeah.
$600.
Yeah.
All the apps, 4K, they just get better and bigger.
Yeah.
I just upped to the 75-inch for this football season. Change your life.
Hey, you get that assistant PD title. You got a couple extra.
Right.
Did you get it at Myers?
No, we got it at Kroger's.
Sam Club.
Kroger's.
Sam's has an S.
I went to Sam.
Sam's Clubs?
Sam's Club.
Sam's has an S.
So you take
Sam's Club.
You take the S away.
Sam Club.
Sam's Club. Wait, Sam.
No, but things about TV though. You can't resell them because you can just buy a new one. Like I see people on Facebook Marketplace, like nobody's buying your TV, man.
No.
Why am I buy a brand new TV?
Why am I taking your piece of crap used TV? I'll get a brand new one. The same price that you're trying to sell to me on the marketplace here.
The TV that's $800 this year. You wait next year, it's about $400 because the new one came out.
You know what I found this at? I found this one out too that never made sense. So you got like one of these. I got a normal size yard, and I got my like small pieces of equipment. Nothing crazy. I got a gas mower, a push mower that's got the self-propelled, baby, right? I mean, I'm not doing pushing. I don't have the Ryan Baker upper body. I'm like putting that, steering that stick, and it's like driving itself. And then I got that, and I got the weed eater.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find a place to service a weed eater, weed whacker, whatever your nomenclature is for that.
I know a place.
Well, you might know a place.
Called Kroger's.
But the cost, stop. The cost to do this is somewhere in like the $150 to $200 range.
I could just
Guess
buy a new
what?
one.
I go and buy the new cheap one for $129. Brand new, new motor, everything, put the gas in it, boom, done.
Nice.
What's the point? I don't get it. All right, well, something that I do get. What a stupid radio transition that was. Right? Geno Smith is the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, and I know there's got to be some people in Buckeye country that didn't know this aspect yet. Some do, but Geno and Jeremiah Smith are related. What's the relation, Tyvis?
They're cousins.
The last
cousins.
names. Yeah.
Last names are straight up cousins. So factor that in, but we also have eyes, and we're seeing what Jeremiah Smith is capable of. Geno Smith went all the way.
Yeah.
He went take you all the way, right? Toto. This is what he said about Jeremiah Smith, his cousin.
I've seen a lot of great receivers, and I've also had the chance to watch JJ since he was about 10 years old. He's going to be the best receiver ever. I really believe that. Man, I was in the house. I was watching the whole game. When he caught that first touchdown, man, I jumped right out of my seat. The whole house was going crazy, man. It was good to see that. I thought he had a heck of a game, man. I thought he started out a little slow. I know he wants to catch that first one. He would have scored on that one, too. Let's go, JJ. But, great debut. I thought he did great. He's born with the talent, but he's putting the work in, and he's ready. He's ready right now.
Tyvis, you played for the Seahawks. Geno's had a nice resurgence to his career. But you know what? Good on him to say that. He's got love for his cousin, and he knows what a great player he is. It's a really, really, really bold prediction. We know that they're related, so he's got something behind it. But, I'm already starting to think about maybe Jeremiah's the best Ohio State wide receiver ever. Well, 2 games in, and what he continues to do.
He's behind DeVier. He's the second best behind DeVier.
That's
got
right.
You, bro. Don't worry about
go.
that.
Sorry about that. But, DeVier, I forgot you were sitting there.
He's had a really unbelievable start to his career. He obviously all the hype that was built up in the offseason, he's lived up to that up to this point. The one thing that I respect about him the most is I felt like in the first game, outside of the drop passes, and he ended up coming back and scoring, I didn't think that he blocked that well on the perimeter. And that was something that I pointed out. If you go back and watch Game 2,
he did.
Oh, that man started blocking really well.
Took someone 7 yards down the sideline.
Yeah, so it's like he understands. Like, all right, I figured I'm good at the wide receiver stuff, but if I want to be great, I have to be a complete wide receiver. Yeah. It's more than just being fast, running routes, catching the ball. You got to be able to block too, and that's the aspect that a lot of receivers don't really like to do. My boy DeVier did because he was part of Tressel, and that's what they had to do.
So they got 5 targets a game.
See, so that to me shows that this is
rough life.
This is a guy that's looking for things to get better at week in and week out, and so far he's accomplishing it.
DeVier Posey, what do you see from this guy? He is studly.
Yeah, so I think the thing about Jeremiah Smith that's impressed me more than anything, he's born with God-given talent. He's 6'4", he runs a 4.3, he's 225. To me, he reminds me so much of Andre Johnson, a guy I played with. I think, that's one of his pro comparables, but not by his playing style. Like, Andre was a gentle giant until you pushed him. And I think what separates Jeremiah Smith and what will really make him the greatest receiver of all time is his demeanor. His character is not that of a freshman. You watch his interviews, the things he says. You saw his body language after the drop. It didn't bother him. He just moved on to the next play. For a young guy in front of 100,000 people to, who's hyped up, to not slap his hands, but just to put his head down and be like, I know I'm better than this. And how he's only focused on football. I think, once the talent evens out, right, he's around other great players. When he gets to the next level, as he gets older, his character and his work ethic is what's going to separate him. And I love that about that kid.
Nicole, Shearin, how electric is this guy to you? And if you tried to list out, college football players that you've covered or you've seen, right out of the gates to be that good, it's pretty special.
No, I'll be honest, I have never covered a guy like this.
First one, huh?
Yeah.
That's because you hadn't covered me.
DeVier, you talked about it, but I sit here and I forget that he's a freshman because of the way his demeanor, like you said, the way he acts out there, the big lights don't bother him. Yes. We'll go back. The drop pass, but expected. He's a freshman. It's his first game. I totally expected that. But I just sit there and forget about the fact that he's literally a freshman. And of course, we don't know how long he's going to be here before he goes to the league. But that in itself, that Ohio State has that kind of product right here at their fingertips that's already performing at such an elite level. That just speaks volumes. And Ryan Day talks about it all the time, that he's built different. And I know that's kind of coach's talk, but I truly believe that.
Before we lose you, Nicole, who's the most fun player over there? Because Tyvis, fun. You know, DeVier, fun to cover. Who's the great soundbite? Who's the most fun over there?
Well, there's a lot of different ones. I liked your answer.
Ransom
is really fun.
Lathan?
Yes.
Yeah, he's come into Morning Juice and studio a lot. He's got a personality.
I would say a hoot and a holler.
He's a hoot.
Yeah, hoot and a holler. For sure.
The
Also,
Georgia just came out right there.
The hoot and the holler, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different guys. I mean, there's the basic one. Like, obviously, Will Howard, he's just a really great guy. He's a super nice guy. I really love Jack Sawyer. I think he's, just a big teddy bear. He's really fun to cover. JT, great too. I mean, they're all great.
Yeah, they
but
are.
Ransom's different. Like, he's got that funny vibe.
All right, we're going to switch up the chairs a little bit. Wide receiver DeVier Posey, our man. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow on Rothman and Ice at 12.
Yes, long day tomorrow.
Yeah, long day, and then high school football coverage with Tito as well. Appreciate the work you're putting in, man.
Problem.
The work you're doing. It's like
sir.
you're playing for Tressel again. And Nicole Shearin, 10 TV, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, awesome. Next week, let's do it again. All right, we're going to say goodbye to them, Austin Ward and Michael Bennett, Tyvis' teammate from the 2014 championship team. They're coming in. Plus, we're going to build the rest of the Pac-12. Big news today as we keep our finger on the college football pulse. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
My name is Marsha Blanks, and I live here in Cleveland, Ohio. Like a lot of African Americans, diabetes runs in our family. I have diabetes, and my husband has diabetes. His was worse than mine, and we made the decision that he would go on the insulin and I would not. It was too expensive. The drug companies are making a fortune. Nothing changed with the formulas, so why was it becoming so expensive? When I heard that Sherrod Brown had capped insulin at $35, it meant that I could now take insulin and control my diabetes even better. It was a godsend. I'm feeling better. I'm losing weight. Sherrod, he stood up to the drug companies, and he actually won. And that showed me that he cared about us. I am 66 years old, and I do not plan on slowing down. And that's thanks to Sherrod, because I got the medicine I needed.
I'm Sherrod Brown running for Senate. I approve this message.
Paid for by friends of Sherrod Brown.
In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Ryan Baker. Thursday night football happening tonight here on The Fan. The Miami Dolphins hosting the Buffalo Bills. Kick time around 8:15. Our coverage begins immediately following the Buckeye show at 8. Dolphins running back Raheem Mostert out with a chest injury. Devon Achane, he has a game-time decision with an ankle injury. The Bengals play the Chiefs this Sunday at 4:25. No T. Higgins at practice today as he's still dealing with that hamstring injury. The Browns take on the Jaguars at 1. They've placed 5 on the IR the past 2 days and are expected to be without David Njoku, who left last week's game with an ankle injury. The American League leading Cleveland Guardians start a 4-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays at Progressive Field tonight. Gavin Williams heads to the mound for Cleveland. Ryan Pepio gets the start for Tampa. 7:15 first pitch. And the Reds fell to the St. Louis Cardinals this afternoon 6-1.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Hour 2 of the Buckeye Show, full throttle on a Thursday, continues here. We welcome in a couple of new guests. You know, Tyvis Powell. He's here with us on Thursdays. Thanks for doing it, my man.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Mrs. Powell. We've got Austin Ward right over there, who's one of our Buckeye experts here on The Fan and from the podcast as well. It's good to see you, Austin.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me back.
Reese's #1 fan.
Was I right or was I right?
You were right.
And who won the Michigan game last week?
That's Dom that said that they wasn't going to win. I was with you.
I'm just catching up. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I'm
just glad Bodie figured out where it was at.
Yeah, he was struggling to get that game. And then over here, we've got our 2014 national champ, the All-American defensive tackle, Michael Bennett, back in the studio
Happy
for
to be
another
back.
week. What's going on, man? How was your week?
It was good. It was first week of work. Back at it, man. He's an adult now.
Yeah.
Welcome to work.
I'm a corporate guy now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Just a corporate sap,
You
huh?
sit in like, we sit in a cubby like a.
He said, "What'd you call me?" I'll see you after this.
You're one of us. You're going to be working until you're 65 now.
Punch my time card,
Right.
Go to work put my pants on like everybody else.
What's the dress code over there? Because you're a lawyer, right?
Yeah. Business casual, which is pretty nice. I roll up in some Lululemons.
Ooh,
and a polo.
That's what I want too. Every Saturday I wear
This is
that.
a shameless plug. They're not even paying me.
You're not going.
I love some Lululemons.
You're not going in front of the judge like that, are you?
Dude, I am not stepping foot in a courtroom. I do contracts and deals and anything transactional. I don't want to stay in front of a judge.
Transactional.
They're mean to you. You know that? Yeah. Judges are mean to you.
Really?
You start talking, they'll just interrupt you. You got to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, your
Objection.
Honor. Yeah, no. I leave that to the other people.
Objection, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
You're not allowed to get mad at him. Tyvis, am I good at not getting mad at people?
No.
I would just watch Liar, Liar. That would be all my courtroom knowledge right there. Our man, Ryan Baker, trying to keep things not too chaotic, although
he's given up back there. He's not even trying.
I love the chaos. I love the chaos.
You can't really do it. Well, we had an easy one here for the College Football Pulse because, yay, the Pac-12.
It's back, baby.
Hey, it's no longer a Pac-2. We got a 6-pack.
Yay.
Today we got the news that Boise State, Fresno State, Colorado State, and San Diego State, apparently you have to be a state to get into the Pac-12. They will be joining the Pac-12 conference in the 2026-27 academic year. And it got me thinking, if we're going to revive the Pac-12, who else should be in it, guys?
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State?
They're not even in the Mountain West.
Why not just New Mexico?
New Mexico is the good program.
Why not Brian Urlacher University?
San Jose? Is that who we played?
San Diego. We played San Diego State.
San Diego.
Sun Devils? Whoever the Sun Devils are.
Yeah,
that's
the black
Arizona
and red.
State.
That's Arizona State? Those are the Aztecs.
No, it's the Aztecs.
You played the Aztecs, San Diego State.
I remember Ohio State playing San Jose State before, though.
I thought so. Those are the Spartans.
No, when I played,
they had a decent quarterback here recently and went to the pros.
What's that, 13? That was San Diego State. because they had that running back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, this is really interesting. Hearing you guys try to
Well,
figure out what team you played 11 years ago.
I'm close,
The defensive players, they were banging their heads around a lot, okay? So let's give them a break. I'm here to help them. They say, hey, Allison, who did we play in 13? San Diego State.
I kind of remember the colors.
They're not even listening. You said that a minute ago, and they're still going around and around about it.
It's okay. I've dealt with these
at
two.
our own pace.
We're trying to build the Pac-12 back here. We got 2 teams.
Okay, so they're going to have to, as to Baker's point, they're going to have to add at least 2, or they won't be able to maintain conference eligibility for the playoffs. They're going to have to get to 8. And it would be bonkers
Wyoming
to not take Wyoming if you're going to have Colorado State. The Bronze Boot, the most storied rivalry in college football outside of the game. Number 1 is Ohio State, Michigan. Number 2 is Wyoming, Colorado State. And everyone knows it.
I didn't know Wyoming had a team.
Now we all know it.
Yeah, Josh Allen is from there. Listen.
I'm just being
Let me ask you
Logan
this.
Wilson.
Let me ask you this.
Now I'm about to start banging my head around.
Let me ask you this. Do you think any of these teams can actually win it all?
In the Mountain West?
No, like
in the new Pac-12?
Yeah.
No. I don't think.
Boise State?
No. They're not going to win because they're going to have to win a minimum of 3 games and probably 4 because they're not going to get one of the automatic top 4 spots. So no, I don't.
They're going to.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Always been.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is this. They got the most colorful fields in the Pac-12. They got a red one, a blue one, and all the other ones are green.
All right, hold on. Before I kick it to Michael Bennett over here, I'm going to give you the answer. And Austin started with the correct answer with what the Pac-12 would continue. You may as well just go back to the Pac-10 because that's what it's going to eventually be. We're going to try to get to 10 from 6. So we're going to bring in Wyoming. That's step 1. We're going to bring in Utah State. We're going to bring in the Aggies. We're going to bring in UNLV. And then we're going to bring in New Mexico. That's going to be the other 4 that we bring into the equation.
That does nothing for me.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do anything for you.
I'm happy for the people out west. They got some football to watch.
Just let it die.
We're basically doing a segment about a mid-level conference.
Is that a George Kliavkoff?
That's what it is.
Let's talk about the MAC.
Is that Kliavkoff's conference?
It was
till they kicked him out.
They kicked him out, and then the woman that came in is trying to throw a party in Vegas for 2 schools.
The commissioner
I commend
of
her
a
for it.
2-team conference. What a job. That's easy street right there. Must be nice.
She said, please come and cover our media days. We have a ballroom.
They fired George.
Well, did you see what happened?
His league imploded. What job would he have?
80-year conference is gone. Everybody left.
Tyvis said, give him one more try.
That's his fault.
You get another chance.
You bring everybody back. Wait a minute. How is that his fault?
He turned down the television deal, and they're like, okay, well, we have to go because he was trying to make the deal with Apple. Like, all right, see.
Off with his head?
Yes, and the deal they're about to take is going to be for $10 million less than what was already on the table for the original Pac-12, which wouldn't have disbanded at all.
Tyvis, you talk about if you don't get, you've even said this before, we've talked recently, if you don't get the job done and you have to be shown the door, you're okay with that.
You're out.
That's exactly what this guy did.
You're out.
Or didn't do.
That's what happened to Georgie K. He gone.
All right. Well, that's enough of the Pac-12.
I had no idea that he got fired.
So the Pac-12 is going to be, I mean, honestly, like, Michael, what do you envision college football becoming when you have a conference like that? It seems to be very top heavy. A lot of people's focus is on the Power 4. You've got the top level right there. And I've had this idea for a long, long time, and it hasn't gone this way, but another subdivision in between, you know, where Ohio State competes and then say where FCS is, like where Jim Tressel came from Youngstown State and won national championships there.
I was actually just talking to Austin about this. I've had this thought for, I don't know, 5-6 years, ever since, maybe longer than that, ever since the NCAA started looking shaky. College football needs to go to the European soccer method. You need to have promotions, relegations. You need to have your top league of like
scratch me where I itch.
Top league of 15 to 20 teams.
Big 10 and see you in the MAC next year.
You have to separate football from the rest of the teams, like football from whatever it is, because I don't think that's probably why they don't do it. Is because how do you navigate? You know, you've got these top programs and then the rest of their teams.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how it doesn't make sense. I think you just have to slowly, you know, either dismantle or just change up how the NCAA is structured. But it just makes a lot of sense with how many teams are in college football and then how many teams are jostling for position and then how many are actually elite. there's no reason the top 10, 15, 20 teams should be just beating the brakes off of other teams. And I think it would really be exciting if you relegate teams and then promote teams. I think that would be really exciting for fan bases across the country.
I would love to see him go to something like that.
And
I don't disagree entirely.
And who's going to opt out of that? If you are in the MAC, if you are in the Sun Belt, if you are in the Mountain West, and your choices are, would you accept a potential spot, promotion into the Super League, which is what Michael Bennett has been talking about since he was in college? Would you accept that, or do you want to go compete at the FCS level? I don't think that's a tough choice for any of them. I think they'd be more than willing to bet on themselves and stay more invested rather than move down a level. Yeah. So I think you could do it from that perspective. Is it going to happen? No, but the four of us might be able to just, speak it into existence.
Figure it out. Just figure that thing out, And I don't know what the Pac-10 in its new formation, they would probably be one of those conferences that teams are jostling for position to move up into whatever. If it's just the Power Four,
no, I just need.
And we set the cutoff right there.
It should just be the Big 10.
Or if it's just a group
the Big 10 versus SEC. That's just it. Let's just
put the heavy hitters from the Big 10 and SEC into one conference.
That's it.
They're the only two leagues that truly care. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest.
Utah is the only. Utah is the only other team.
Awesome, Utah.
That's the only team in the Big 12, and then in the ACC, Clemson is completely shattered their stuff. Florida State had one great year. Miami doesn't seem like, maybe Miami. I don't know.
Glad that Cam Rising's okay. Did you see that? He lost his hand for a bit.
Coach Prime was out there trying to get him to transfer there already.
He lost his hand?
Well, Dion seemed to think that he lost. It was an internet hoax. You can put anything on Twitter, Tyvis, right?
Clearly.
Yeah.
He tried to get him to transfer to Colorado?
So there was an erroneous report that Cam Rising had an infection in his hand and that Utah was preparing a medical red shirt for him to try and get an 8th year. And somebody who coaches at Colorado fell for that and was like, prayers up to Cam Rising. I hope the best for this young man and his family. And he was like, buddy, you're not even in the same league. What are we doing here? What are you trying to do? You're not going to be coaching Colorado next year.
You don't think he's staying?
You're not going to be.
Do you think he was trying to get handless quarterback to transfer in?
He was trying to get Cam Rising to come in.
For it.
He ain't hard to find. He needs a quarterback when Shedur's getting his brains beat in next year behind the NFL offensive line.
You think Colorado? You think Dion's leaving Colorado?
I would fire him.
I think he is.
You say you would fire him?
I would fire him. Yeah.
Sheesh.
He's incompetent. He cannot run a college football program.
And yet we're thinking about him to be a premier NFL head coach.
George Kliavkoff.
He would do better. He would do better in the NFL than he would in college. I think that's his problem. I think he's trying to run a college team.
He's in the wrong league, right?
He's in the wrong. I think he's trying to treat college kids like NFL guys.
But you couldn't hire him after this kind of performance.
Yeah, you could. He's
right?
Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
You think Jerry Jones won't do that?
Even if you brought him in as like a defensive coordinator, so I don't know. But
I think he would have for 2 years and then.
I think he'd be more successful in the NFL because you can treat grown men like grown men, but when you try to treat 18-year-olds like grown men, it struggles. You see the personality stuff.
You don't think Urban treated us like grown men?
Man, listen, don't get me started, all right? All right, don't get me started.
More of this chaos. Defensive tackle, All-American Michael Bennett in the studio. He's right there. Austin Ward, our Buckeye expert, and with the podcast, and our man Tyvis Powell. Ryan, thank you for teeing us off right there.
I didn't have to do much. Just let it roll.
He said he wanted chaos, and he got it.
Let it roll, right? All right, an elite defense is kind of like a warm blanket over your football team. And defensive coordinator Jim Knowles, I think his voice is like a warm blanket over all of us. And he had a pretty badass label for one Buckeye in particular. We're going to listen to some of his thoughts from this week. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Hey, Buckeye fans, the best new resort in the country is right here in the state of Ohio. Introducing the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. Whether it's family fun, an adult getaway, a conference or event, there's no place like it. It's a year-round destination with the best golf, med spa, dining, salon and spa, pools, lounges, and activities. The Grand Resort will be the best staycation you've ever had. Go to the website, thegrandresort.com, or call 330-856-1900. The Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. We're waiting for you.
In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye playoff game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Hey, it's Chaps. Most goals have a clear course, like planning a trip. But when it comes to losing 40 or 50 pounds, that's a different story. Except with Awaken 180, a clear course to fast, proven weight loss with free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $80 on select sets of Ford Nokian tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends September 14th. See store for details.
If your air conditioning or furnace stops working in the middle of the night, on a weekend, or over a holiday, there's no reason to wait to get it fixed. For 100 years, Atlas Butler has been here for your family. We're always open, we work on all furnace and air conditioner brands, and it's easy and convenient to request service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny, breezy, and hot on this Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 80s, down to the low 60s tonight with fair skies and light winds. Plenty of sunshine on Friday and hot once again with temperatures in the upper 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Brace yourselves for more Buckeye banter. This is the Buckeye Show.
Full throttle on a Thursday. I'm Timmy Hall. We got an All-American defensive tackle. 2014 national champ Michael Bennett is in the building with us. Austin Ward, who covers Ohio State football like a champ, is with us. Helps us out here on The Fan.
They've never given me a ring.
No. You know, you feel pretty weird, right? Getting one of those rings as a reporter.
So. No, I'd love one.
Okay, you'll take it.
I think you deserve one.
Guys listening over there, make sure he gets one next time. It's 2024 team. And then my man Tyvis Powell.
I'm going to get Tyvis's.
Before we listen to Jim Knowles, I want to tell you guys about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. I know you guys enjoy hearing these spots so much. You know, low testosterone can cause a wealth of problems, a host of problems. They include low sex drive. I've seen certain podcast stars and celebrities not having a big issue with this lately, and then showing the video to the world. So it's not a problem for everybody, but for some of us, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and so much more. But many men will just attribute these symptoms to aging, and they won't consider that there are lots of treatments that can give them back their vigor and their vibrancy. So why not see Tri-State Men's Health and let them put you on a low-T, life-changing type of performance plan? So get with them right now. They got locations in Central Ohio, the one in Westerville, the one right there in Hilliard off of 270 and Cemetery Road. Our program director, Fish, lives right next door. You can wave to him as you drive in. That's actually going to put a little bit more pep in your step on your way in. When you see Fish, you get more excited and happier to be there. So go to tristatemenshealth.com, take the low T quiz, simple 10 questions, see what it can do for you. Cost of the appointment is $99. And if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of the appointment, it is free. Tell them Timmy Hall sent you.
That was a heck of a sales pitch.
He's so good at it.
Appreciate that, guys.
It's all yours, Timmy.
All right, so Jim Knowles, boy, what a voice this guy has, right? I mean, we're just trying to get better, and
he has a defensive coordinator's voice.
You look at a guy like Ty Hamilton, and, he's a game wrecker, really. So let's listen to Jim talk about this guy. And then Michael Bennett, obviously, will give you the floor first because this dude is unbelievable. And in this bite, he has just about the coolest label that I've ever heard them give any player in recent memory.
He's been making an impact since I've been here, but he has developed into a dominant player. I mean, he's a guy that can control the interior of the line of scrimmage, and that's a big deal. I've always said when your defensive tackles make tackles, it allows you to do other things in coverage and how many people you commit down to the box. So Ty is quiet, but he's like a cold-blooded gentleman. I mean, he really is a force that I think is sometimes maybe difficult to see, but when you watch the tape, he is knocking people back and really just creating some difficult situations for the offense.
Well, Mike, I think might have been the first defensive play of the game. He took Western Michigan's center and just threw him back like 5 yards, put him on the ground.
Made a tackle for loss on the second play.
Yeah, he's bullying people.
Oh, hold on a second. What's wrong? There you go.
He's bullying people. I started seeing it like flashes last year, but this year you see the dominance, you see the effort, you see the hands, the violence, the pursuit, all of that, and that's what you really want to see in a D tackle. And I like what Coach Knowles said. Sometimes the D tackles can be unsung heroes. You're not always going to make the play. A lot of times your job is to stop the O-line from getting to the linebackers, and if you can make the play on top of that, you're golden. That's the next level. So to see him not only take on double teams and dominate them, but dominate his one-on-ones, that's the calling card of an elite D tackle, is when you get a chance to have a one-on-one, whether that's in run blocking or pass blocking, that D lineman has to win. If you want to consider yourself like an elite D tackle, someone who wants to play in the NFL, you have to win one-on-ones. You don't get to fumble that opportunity.
Tyvis, this was one of your unsung heroes on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it just seemed like a guy that when Western Michigan lined up and they seen him and he did what he did, he made them realize, like, that's a dude. All right, we're not on his level. And that's how it should be. He looks like a guy that was playing way above competition of what he's going to have. And the interesting thing will be, obviously, once he gets into Big Ten play, can he continue to do that? But it's not like he's a flashy guy. He don't say much. Obviously, Tyleek is the guy that gets all the attention that everybody kind of knows. But to have another guy that's plugging up the middle like that, that's getting penetration down the middle, because you ask any offensive guy, whether it's a quarterback or a running back, they hate when the penetration is straight down the middle because it makes them stop their feet. They got to stop, redirect, and then go. And if at that point, people have the pursuit has caught up and it's messed up everything. So if he continues to be this disruptive, that could be a missing piece that this defense been missing.
Mm-hmm. I felt like Ty Hamilton was already underappreciated last year. People would say, well, Mike Hall needs to be playing more snaps, or all the attention is on Tyreek Williams. So why is Ty Hamilton continuing to get so many snaps? It's because Larry Johnson and Jim Knowles already trusted him to do his job, that the floor for what they were going to get was not going to drop with Ty Hamilton. He was going to be assignment sound. He was going to play physically. And even if he wasn't going to make a ton of flashy plays, he was going to put the rest of the Ohio State defense in position to make plays. Now he's still doing the thing where Devon Hamilton exploded as a veteran as you continued to add on to the frame and you got more comfortable and more confident and more reps. You were able to add some of that explosiveness to your game the way Devon Hamilton did. Ty Hamilton's doing the same thing. There's something about the genetics in that family that it was a really good idea for Ohio State to go back and take another Hamilton brother.
Yeah,
he's following the same track here, but I think he's been ahead of Devon to this point, which makes me really excited to what Tyvis is saying. When you get to Big Ten play, how much more can he elevate his game in another month's time? Because he's playing at clearly the highest level of his career.
I tell you what, those Pickerington guys can play some football.
Is his brother still with the Jaguars? Devon?
I don't know. I don't know if he's still with the Jags, but he is still earning a paycheck. Mm-hmm. He got a new deal. Did he go to Buffalo?
No, he's with the Jags.
He is with the Jags.
Yeah,
right?
he's with the Jags.
Cool.
Yep.
That's a long time to be with one team.
I'm telling you.
It really
Didn't
is.
you start with the Jags?
Yeah. I was out of there in 3 years. So he's killing it.
Hey, it's hard, right?
I'm telling you.
Injuries, it's the NFL. It's hard to stay
He's
in that
been there,
league.
5-6 years?
Yeah.
If not longer?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long career. You're doing your job if you stay with a team for 6 years.
Were you setting him up, Tyvis? Was that what you were doing?
No, I knew he started there. I just, I didn't.
Yeah.
Then where you go, Atlanta after that?
Atlanta, yeah. And that was the last one.
Did you make it 4 years?
5.
Oh, you got the picture.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All right, you know
I
what?
did my job.
He understood the assignment.
Yes.
Baker back there, let's do a caller number 5 in honor of the number of years our man Michael Bennett made it in the league and Devon Hamilton in his 5th year as well. I got 2 more pairs of tickets to the Smokin' Hot Wing and Music Fest coming up on Saturday, September 14th. You're going to get 2 tickets to the festival plus 25 wings per person. It's an $80 value. This thing is from 12 to 9 p.m. at American Nitro in Grove City. Food, beer trucks, live music, and more. And you can say hi to me. I'll be judging the wing smoking competition. So I can't wait for that. And good luck. 821-9710. 614-821-9710 is the number. All right, a former Buckeye has caught the attention of one of the absolute best in the sport. Full Throttle Thursday, Michael Bennett, Austin Ward, Tyvis Powell here on the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The Fan is live and local with Morning Juice, Caffeinate, and Dominate.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
It's Jeep Adventure Days at Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where you'll save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees. One Performance, 2 locations, Georgesville and Delaware.
Cannot combine offers, not valid on previous sales. Offer expires 9/30/24.
The PGA Tour's rising stars are back at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship September 19th through 22nd, and so is Pub 13. Grab your friends, cheer for birdies, and enjoy drink specials on the 13th green. Get your free tickets at ncc-golf.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial congenital heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they head to swampy Jacksonville. Live coverage starts Sunday at 11 with a kick at 1. Your Central Ohio home for Browns football, The Fan.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, Ohio State fans, it's time to root the Buckeyes on to victory. You gotta scream to cheer on your team. But when you want to chill, try the Buckeyes Frozen Cherry Float at Burger King. Sweet cherry flavor, mixed with smooth vanilla soft serve. Grab 1 or 2 and refresh today when you're rocking the scarlet and gray. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best sports talk in the Big Ten lives right here. Now back to the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Back and rolling on a full throttle Thursday here on the Buckeye Show. But before we get back to business, this is still business. It's time to highlight this week's winner of the United Healthcare Small Business Sweepstakes. Throughout the football season, United Healthcare is helping us shine a spotlight on small businesses in our neighborhoods across Ohio. And this week, we're pleased to talk to Bob Bennett, owner and operator of Bob's Backyard Barbecue down in Lancaster, also in Pickerington. Bob, I'm getting hungry. This sounds like a great spot you got, or both of them.
Hey, Tim. Thanks for having us on. Yep, we started as a food truck in 2015, and now we're open in 2 locations here, one in Lancaster and one in Old Town Pickerington. We serve like our finest Texas-style barbecue. We do scratch-made sides, scratch-made sauces. We do a lot of catering from like small events to big giant events. I actually have a 400-person event tonight. We can bring the party to you, or you can come to us and have a nice cold beer or whatever you'd like.
Bob, mark my words, I will check out your spot. What is your favorite smoked meat?
It kind of depends on the day, but typically it's my brisket. It's nice, it's tender, it's juicy. Not like a super heavy smoky taste, but you can really let the meat shine through. But brisket is my favorite. But my pork is really, really good too.
I think it'd be my last meal to have just a wonderful barbecue spread would be my last meal. Bob, I know you had a great time. If you saw this last Buckeye game, boy, the shutout, you must have had a great time.
Yeah, it was. We had a tremendous view of that 70-yard touchdown pass for Jeremiah Smith. It was just amazing. When he turned on the Jets, it was incredible to see. So I think the hype seems to be real about him. And then, everything else was just great. The hospitality was awesome. It was so awesome.
That is
really
cool.
A fun time and an honor.
That's awesome. I'm glad you had a great time. Guys, it's Bob Bennett. He's the owner and operator of Bob's Backyard Barbecue. Couple locations, Lancaster, Pick. Make sure you check him out. And hey, Buckeye Nation, if you're a small business owner and want a chance for your business to be next in the spotlight, just enter the small business sweepstakes now. Go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com/UHC. Bob, thanks a lot, man.
Okay, thank you, Tim, and go Bucks.
Yep, go Bucks indeed. We got the full crew in here, full house, full throttle Thursday. Michael Bennett, the DT, the national champ, Austin Ward, and Tyvis Powell. Now, Michael, you were just saying you were salivating over the barbecue, as we all are, and you said your brisket all the way.
All the way,
right? I mean, it's tough
brisket.
to go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, eat it without a sandwich, in a sandwich. If you're doing barbecue and brisket is an option, I'm not touching any of the other options. That's all I want.
Wow.
I think it's the right. I think it is the right answer.
That is not the right answer.
If you have access to a delicious tender brisket,
what would you take over?
It
brisket?
definitely beats the pulled pork.
I don't know, ribs.
I didn't know that was the conversation we were having.
That's a good one.
Ribs
I wouldn't take wings over brisket, but I'll take ribs over brisket. I'll say it's easier to make a good brisket than a good
ribs, and everybody said, "Oh yeah."
We weren't on your level, Tyvis. We didn't know that was an
I was
option.
hung up on the pulled pork. I'm like, oh, get that away from me, man.
I think a brisket smoked for 12 to 16 hours probably beats the best rib that you can find.
Ooh, you're insane.
No.
I don't think I am. Michael?
I'm sorry. I'm turning coat on you. The ribs completely escaped my mind. Tyvis shook my world.
What
man.
just happened?
The ribs.
I thought we were team brisket.
The best ribs was the best brisket.
You just left the party.
Yeah, I turned on you quick. That's my fault. I shouldn't have got your hopes up. The ribs will win.
Oh boy! I mean, a rib is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying
I went to when I was in
brisket,
Jacksonville.
Best rib.
They had like a barbecue off or whatever, a barbecue competition. I got to go around just sampling all the ribs, and I'm gonna tell you, they win. They win. There's some good ribs out there, Tim. There's some really good ribs out there.
I know there are good ribs. Let's go eat some.
Let me just show me where.
Where's Bob's at?
Yeah,
Bob's is in Lancaster and in Pickerington.
there we go.
Bob, we need you.
We need a field trip.
Bob, we're gonna do this again next week, so maybe so. Tyvis, looking at this story, I think I said former Buckeye. I meant to say Buckeye commit. He's not a Buckeye.
No.
Quinn Ewers is a former Buckeye.
That's true.
He's in our hearts and in our minds and souls forever.
Man, we could have had Quinn and then
Horns.
this guy.
I'm okay.
If
with
I took a
Quinn.
photo, with Quinn,
Why?
I'd give him the horns up.
You don't want to be here. I don't want you here.
I mean, it was the NIL reason.
That's fine. He don't want to be here. He wanted $1 million. That's what's important.
I think didn't his deal
At the age of 18?
Didn't his deal say something like he got to play to get the money or something like that?
Yeah.
You're going to get me in trouble talking about that. Tyvis can't do that.
Sorry, we'll talk off there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, Dylan Raiola, not a Buckeye.
Never a
but
Buckeye.
You have seen clearly who he has tried to emulate his game after. It got me thinking of you guys, Tyvis and Michael, when you were players, when you looked at this kind of thing and you either looked at your idols or guys that you met or never met. You watched on NFL films growing up and you tried to take little bits and pieces based on what position you played from those guys. But Patrick Mahomes, it did get back to him, some of the stuff that's been out there and the way that Dylan does his pregame and the way he kind of runs down the field towards the end zone. And Patrick said, it's cool, honestly. I was that guy. Grew up watching players. I loved A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. I played shortstop. And I would try to make plays just like that. It helped me become the athlete that I am. It's just telling me that I'm getting a little old. Yeah. And he said he's a great football player, Patrick said about Dylan. And I think he's going to make his own stamp on the game. I think you've seen that early in his career. Tyvis?
Yes.
Does that mean anything at this point? Now, look, he's got to become his own football player. He's not just going to, we're not saying this like he's automatically as good as Patrick.
No, I mean,
he's got the same number and has some of that look and feel to him, but there's a lot more to it.
It just gets eyes on him right now. That's really what it's about. Like, people's like, oh, look at this guy. He looks like Patty Mahomes. But at the end of the day, it's all about his play. And right now, he does have Nebraska at 2-0 right now. If he turns out to be the real deal, obviously at Nebraska, that will make his stock go through the roof because it's at Nebraska. But at the end of the day, he's got to become his own guy, like you say. Like,
Matt Rule, man. I'm drinking the Rule-Aid.
I mean, it looks good. Right now, it looks good. But
He's my guy.
We'll see when conference play. A lot of stuff dies down when you get into conference play.
Who'd you try to copy, emulate? Were you a Deion guy? I know you love Michael Jordan. You wore the number. Took his number.
It depends on when you was asking me. As a kid, like from the time I started at 9 till I got to the 11th grade, I was a big Chad Johnson fan. I was the next Ocho Cinco. I wore 85 and everything, just like
you
Chad.
and DeVier, huge Ocho fans.
Yeah,
now he's working with Shannon. They're talking about the sex tape today. They didn't shut up about it. He's having a good old time talking about that.
Once I crossed to the dark side, that's when I became a Deion fan. You know, I started watching Deion. I used to wear the headband around my neck and all of that stuff, like when I played in high school. Once I got to college, I started to look up towards like Cam Chancellor because I was playing safety. And Vaughn didn't want to play in the box, so I had to become the box safety. And I was like, well, one of the best box safeties to watch is Cam Chancellor because of his physicality and the stuff that he does. So that was a guy. And I actually got to play with Cam, and I actually told him, like, you know, you was like my role model when I was in college. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
And what'd he say? Great story.
Me and Cam got a great relationship. He's always been the guy that looks out for me. When I remember when I had my first NFL start in San Francisco, Cam texted me. He texted me before the game. He was like, look, this is what you need to be looking at. You need to focus on this, this, and this. This is how you're going to be great. They're going to do this. Make sure you do that. And then after the game was over, he called me and was like, I seen you drop that pick. So it was always cool to have a guy like that. They truly took that LOB thing. That was like a for life thing. And to have a guy that was looking out for me, you know, even when I was out of Seattle, meant a lot. So
Austin, you hear current Buckeyes kind of talk about this from time to time. I think recently we had Brandon Innes throwing Devin Hester's name around.
Yep.
Why not, right? I mean, that's you're going to want to emulate a returner. That's the best ever do it.
It's a great place to start. And there's plenty of examples. You just walk through the hallway at the Woody right now, and it's the last 10 years that developed here. Sometimes we throw it around, and it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek in some situations. But for these Buckeyes who are trying to get back to, beating Michigan, getting their own set of gold pants, win a Big Ten championship, get to the college football playoff, and then become a first-round draft pick, those jerseys are hanging up all over the place. The individual awards are all over the place. So it's not even always just looking at the childhood stuff. There are plenty of examples, and even like you have James Laurinaitis back and Brian Hartline back, Tim Walton, examples of guys who've been through all of this, and then guys that they've coached. You know, you're going to see and hear a bunch of this stuff with James Peoples now and J.K. Dobbins. There are plenty of examples and comparisons that we can make, and it's pretty cool at times when Ohio State even doesn't have to go outside of their own brotherhood to do it.
I think it's time that we give away our first pair of tickets to the upcoming Ohio State football game tonight. Michael Bennett, pick a number 1 through 10.
7.
7 for Michael Vick.
Sure. Yeah. My guy.
So, caller number 7.
Out of all the 7s?
I mean, he is the
solid choice.
He's a legendary number 7. Yeah. So, I mean...
You know, I was watching one of those Eli shows, like, you know, those ESPN Plus, whatever, and it was, his image was on there. It was clips of Michael Vick.
Okay.
Like Michael Vick, Virginia Tech. Come on.
Michael Vick, Ted Ginn. Just skip the Buckeye grade.
821-9710, 614-821-9710. Caller number 7, pair of tickets to see those Marshall Thundering Herd come in and get ripped by the Buckeyes. All right, we had a little important milestone hit, maybe a record watch, as we keep an eye on Buckeye things on the social fronts. Hashtags are coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show, full throttle on a Thursday on The Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Come on over to Heartland.
Getting a mortgage? We take pride in providing the value and service you deserve in one of the most important transactions you'll ever have. Community banks have the most flexibility and the lowest rates. Now fact check that. I'm Scott McComb, CEO, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Rare banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town-properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say.
Oh my, Bob.
Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's Thursday Night Football on ESPN Columbus and the Fans HD2. Catch the Bills and Dolphins from Miami. Live coverage starts Thursday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home for the NFL, The Fan.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
While the world whizzes by, enjoy a moment of me time with Tim Hortons $6 breakfast bundle. Savor a small hot or iced coffee. Then add your choice of a mouth-watering hot breakfast sandwich and a crispy golden hash brown. And your pick of a classic donut. All for $6. All just for you. Make your mornings all about me time with our $6 breakfast bundle. Available at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. Price and participation vary. Terms apply.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling. From sump pumps and water heaters to full heating and cooling repair and replacement. The Waterworks tackles it all. Call 614-232-2222 today.
A chaotic full throttle Thursday. A lot of friends in the building here. We had Nicole Shearin of 10 TV and our man DeVier Posey in the first hour. Hour 2, we've had our guy Michael Bennett from the 2014 National Championship team. The All-American, Austin Ward. Austin Ward, also an All-American in his own way.
I thought he was teeing me up that way.
That's right, yeah. It's kind of blended.
I don't think so.
And
just a blend right there.
And if you missed any of it, you can go wherever you get your podcast. Ryan Baker will have it uploaded 5 to 10 minutes. Well, give him 10 minutes. He's really taken back from the Cincinnati Reds right now. So we'll give him a little bit of extra time to get it uploaded. But wherever you get your podcast, just search The Buckeye Show.
And the Buckeye Show is proudly sponsored to you by our friends at CareSource. Now, Bakes, who won the Ohio State football tickets? Do you remember the name back there?
Even if I didn't remember it, Timmy, I have it written down. So Billy Lee won those tickets to the Marshall game.
Shout out to Billy.
Billy Lee.
Got it done.
Them good tickets, too, right?
They are. They're A-deck tickets.
Ooh. Noon banger.
Yeah, they're pretty good. It's going to be noon.
Big noon.
Miss a noon game. Yeah, big noon. That's the time that we needed, right? I would like to see. I'd like
It's
Matt.
our first noon game this year.
It's our first noon game. Yeah. Did you see Matt Rule's comments? By the way, I know he's probably half
Kegs
joking
and
here.
eggs.
He said 9 a.m. Let's go.
Kegs and
Let's
eggs.
get out there. Let's play some football. Youth football kickoff times. I love it.
Is
I
that
can't
why,
do a 9 a.m. game.
is that why you're on the Rule-Aid?
That's one of the reasons.
Okay.
This is kind of what you get when you hire him. So
That's right. Kind of what you get when you hire me. All right, I'm looking at this tweet from Ohio State's football account, Mr. 2000. So Emeka Egbuka, he hit the number. He's now over 2,000 career yards and still counting, obviously, 2006. This was a thing that we pointed out quite some time ago, that if he had, a moderate 1,000-yard season, he could be breaking Michael Jenkins' all-time record for best receiver. I say best. Leading receiver in Ohio State football history, most receiving yards.
He can catch them all. I mean, he can get to touchdowns. He can get to receptions. He might have the full record book by the time he's done here.
Emeka?
Yeah.
He's smooth. He's smooth out there.
Be interesting.
I know he needed 1,000 for the.
I think it was
like 1,050.
I think coming into the year it was like 78 receptions as well. So I think because of the injury situations at the end of each of the last 2 years, I think in some ways it's overshadowed how productive he was as a freshman and still how many catches he's had when he's been healthy and out there. So the fact that he's playing 4 years and the fact that he can get to maybe 16 games this year for Ohio State puts everything in play for him.
I didn't think about the 16-game part. I tell you what I was looking at was another receiver. They was comparing Jeremiah Smith's first 2 game stats versus all like the recent ones. In 2 games, he's got 11 catches for 211 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chris Olave had 12 catches for 197 yards and 3 touchdowns. Garrett that can't be right.
Olave didn't play until the end of his freshman year. What are we talking about here?
That can't be right.
Who's giving you this information
I'm
over
looking
here?
at Andy Backstrom. I'm looking. Oh, this is over a full year. Okay, that's it. Okay, I was about to say, if Garrett Wilson had 30 receptions for 432 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2 games, he should have been the number 1 pick.
That's when you figured it out. He got to Garrett Wilson. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was looking at that like that's ludicrous.
Jackson Smith and Jigba saying, well, that sounds like a good game for me.
Cardell Tate had 18, 260. But these is all over 1 year.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison had 11 receptions, 139, and 3 touchdowns. Well, that's because
that
he was
all came in the Rose Bowl, basically.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I would say I doubted Jeremiah Smith, but I want to see it. And for the first 2 games, even then, these aren't the games where you prove yourself, but it's cool to watch him. It's cool to watch him go out there and dominate.
He took a 5-yard hitch and turned it into a 70-yard touchdown. I can't believe it.
He was standing still. I've talked about it. I think I've talked about this play every day this week.
He's different
because I can't get over it.
He caught a 5-yard hit.
Tyvis, he was standing
took it to the house.
He was standing still. There were 3 tacklers making a triangle around him, and he went from 0 to 21.7 miles an hour in the snap of a finger.
When I watched it, I just kept looking at it like this man really you don't do that. Nobody does that.
I think Geno Smith's right.
Well, I mean, see the thing.
I didn't believe it until Geno said it.
We're gonna sprinkle a little salt on it. It's Western Michigan.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You got to sprinkle a little salt on it. But if he does do this to the Big Ten,
that's a different story.
Come on.
You don't think he will?
I hope he does.
I think he'll.
What do you mean?
Well.
I hope he does.
I mean, we act like it would be. No, we're not acting like that, but it's not going to be shocking if this guy continues to go on a tear against Big Ten opponents. He looks like he's a transcendent type of.
It just holds more
ridiculously talented wide receiver.
It holds more weight.
Of course it does. But I'm saying you've now seen on the football field what this guy actually does. The fact that he's doing these things as a true freshman right out of the gates is very telling. The fact that he's even a starter as a true freshman.
That's true,
and he's the best receiver on the team right now.
I don't blame Mike or Tyvis. They've been through this. They know that sometimes it doesn't translate always from the practice field to the game field, and you want a freshman to go out there, and there's a lot of things that you have to learn. They're 100% right about that. But the reason that maybe I felt like this was going to be different and that he would translate right away is because he was already doing it to some of the best Big Ten cornerbacks and best Big Ten secondary in the country, because he was winning reps against Denzel Burke and Davison Igbinosun in training camp. And I don't see a lot of people rolling off the street and doing that. So it's special what I've seen.
I'll tell you, because I can speak to this because it was something I struggled with throughout my career, is greatness is found in consistency. So, okay, you did it week 1. It's incredible. True freshman, the things he's doing, I'll never take that away from him. I mean, it truly is incredible. But greatness, and you're talking about transcendence, that's found in consistency against top-tier opponents. And so I'm not going to sit here and say he can't do it, but I'm also not going to give him his flowers until he does. So, I'm excited to watch him. He's been just amazing to watch. Like you said, a 5-yard hitch to the house, and he looked like he could have done it a couple times. I mean, he's incredible to watch, but show me. I will say that forever and ever for all of these guys.
All right, guys, it's been a lot of fun. Michael Bennett, that last voice you just heard, defensive tackle All-American. Thanks for coming in again last week and this week. Austin Ward, good to see you, buddy. Enjoy the bye weekend. See you for some golf coming up here soon.
There it is.
That'll be fun. Tyvis Pal, diet starts Monday. Appreciate you coming in. You're going to Michigan. You're going into the Lions Den this week, but have fun with that, my man.
I won't.
We will see you tomorrow.
Spit on the ground for me.
We'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Archie Griffin is going to be the guest on the Buckeye Show, so I can't wait for that. Thursday night football. We got the Bills and Dolphins. It's coming up next on The Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Hey Buckeye fans, the best new resort in the country is right here in the state of Ohio. Introducing the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. Whether it's family fun, an adult getaway, a conference or event, there's no place like it. It's a year-round destination with the best golf, med spa, dining, salon and spa, pools, lounges, and activities. The Grand Resort will be the best staycation you've ever had. Go to the website, thegrandresort.com, or call 330-856-1900. The Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. We're waiting for you.
Come on over to Heartland.
Now, to run a successful business, you need to develop a strong relationship with your accountant, your attorney, and most importantly, your community banker. If you find it hard to get advice from your bank, maybe it's time to consider Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Rare banking feels good. Member FDIC, equal housing.